everybody and welcome to Marrakech. So this video will probably be the first in a series as my girlfriend and I travel around Morocco, initially starting in Marrakech before then making our way over to el-Fnaa via the Atlas Mountains and then spending 2 nights in the Sahara Desert before then moving on to the coastline, working our way up the coastline, ending up in Essaouira, and then finally making our way over back in Marrakech to complete the trip. And yeah, really looking forward to this trip. I think it's going to be a really good adventure, and yeah, can't wait to get into it and explore.
We started off with a visit to the Jewish Quarter, one of the oldest of its kind in the country, and known for its rich variety of spices, herbs and tea merchants. During the 16th and 17th century, the area was one of the main commercial areas of the city, but since then started a steady decline. In recent years, there's been a lot of restoration work, returning it to its former glory and boosting it as a tourist attraction.
So we've just been exploring the Jewish Quarter and just admiring all the different spices that are on offer, and yeah, it looks pretty amazing.
Our next visit was the beautiful Baja Palace. Built in the 19th century, it was originally used as a private residency up until 1956, when it was then used as a royal residency. Eventually, it was transferred to the Ministry of Culture, so it could open to the public and serve as a cultural icon and tourist attraction.
So our first major stop in Marrakech has been the Baja Palace, and yeah, we've just been walking around, taking it all in, some really lovely textures and colours, which I've been trying to capture with the camera. Just love some of the architecture here. Some of the ceilings just so intricate and detailed. Yeah, amazing.
This is probably my favourite image from the Baja Palace. I just love the colours and the textures in this one, and I think the minimalistic look makes for a really clean and simple image.
Just finished at the Baja Palace. Really enjoyed it. I think I got some really good shots from there. So we're just going to head over to the main square and just check out a few rooftop cafes and restaurants, and scout out some locations for sunset. Hoping to get a nice image overlooking the main square. Got to the Rooftop Bar and yeah, we're just soaking in the views at the minute. I think it's probably a good location to come back a little bit later for sunset. What I was thinking of is kind of getting these market stalls in the foreground, and then you've got I can't remember the name of the tower, but you've got that in the background, which I think would work quite well. Yeah, I'm hoping to sort of capture some of the sort of busyness and the movement of the people around the market stalls, and yeah, sort of draw out the shutter speed a bit more. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, at the moment we're just sort of enjoying the afternoon sun. we're now making our way to the Medina area, and yeah, just as we're getting there, just admiring all the different shops and stalls on offer. Yeah, it's just all quite manic really, but in a good way, I think. Yeah, so we're gonna go to the Medina for a little bit and have a walk around there, see if I can pick up some good images, particularly of some stalls or something, and then probably head back to that sort of sunset location, and yeah, sort of finish the day there.
A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the area is steeped in history, dating back to 1070 and very much feels like the heart of Marrakech. For visitors, the main attraction is the many different traditional trader markets and wandering the seemingly endless maze of alleys.
Really enjoyed the Medina. Yeah, it was sort of really manic down there. Sort of mopeds coming up through the street and people sort of hustling you to go to their stalls. But yeah, photography wise, sort of focused more on some more intimate scenes.
We then went back to the rooftop location I scouted earlier and set up ready for sunset. The conditions really worked in my favour. I wasn't expecting much cloud cover on this trip, but I feel like I got a bit of luck on this evening with a nicely positioned cloud, which caught some of the evening light quite nicely. I tried a few different focal lengths and I didn't really have much luck with the telephoto lens, although I still got some interesting video footage just showing the busyness of Marrakech on a Saturday night. One tip for any of you going to one of these rooftop bars or restaurants is to definitely get there early and make sure you get a seat. Around an hour and a half before the sun actually sets would be enough time. It definitely gets really busy close to sunset, but we got there early enough and managed to get a perfectly positioned table right up against the balcony rails. These images were really tricky to edit as well, mainly because of the dynamic range in the scene, and it was quite tricky to get a natural balance between the foreground and the sky. After sunset, we headed back down to the market and took in the busy and vibrant atmosphere. And that wraps up our first day in Morocco. In the next video, we'll be leaving Marrakech and driving over the Atlas Mountains before reaching Et Benedou. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.